Welcome back, everyone, to Crypto and More. So I decided to make another video today. I wasn't going to, but one of my uh, subscribers someone who commented on the previous video asked me to look into these three coins that I'm gonna be talking about. Um, I will be completely honest in to that commenter that the first coin, you might not like what I have to say about it. Um, but the next two coins, I um you might really like what I say, but the first one is gonna be the one that we're looking at right now is Terra. It does not have a lot of, you know, price action. It started on the March 23rd of this year, so it's just a relatively small time frame. It's very, very, very difficult to, you know, kind of trade these coins and figure out where it's going to go. Before I talk about the technicals, I did obviously did a little bit of research, not significant, but you know, Terra or Teraxa, I'm not sure exactly how you say it. It's an extremely low cap coin. It's 855 on Coin Market Cap. It's looks like it's up 14% for the day, so it's at around 2 cents. Um, I gotta be honest with you, man. I've as I was doing a little bit of research, I saw quite a few red flags, that I would trend lightly with this coin. I'm not sure how you heard about this coin, if someone told you about it, or you just happened to come across it. I don't know how much research you've done in this coin. Like I said, I did a little bit of research, and it's from what I've seen, it's there's been a couple red flags. The first red flag, obviously, is the circulating supply compared to the total supply. When the circulating supply is extremely low compared to the total supply, that's a big red flag, man. That's a coin that you have to really be careful. It could be that these the people who started the coin are holding a large amount of coins, and when the price goes up, they're just gonna dump on you. So like I said, obviously do your own research. This is just from the little bit of research that I've done. Um, but I just wanted to give you a heads up just in case you haven't done that much research, or you're not familiar with the coin whatsoever. Um, I could still be completely wrong, man. This coin might be amazing, and you know, just I might be completely wrong. But from what I see, this is one red flag. I did look at their website. Their website looks nice. I'm not gonna lie. It's a nice little website. I did end up looking at their white paper as well. Actually, I looked at their team first. Try to see if their CEO was someone big. Their CEO, I tried to do a little more in depth on where he worked at before. He said he was a director in Deloitte. I mean, Deloitte is a very big company. So, if it's true, it's Deloitte is it's huge, I couldn't find anything else on him though. I looked into Justin. I looked at his LinkedIn. He said he was from Stanford, or went to school to Stanford, was a senior engineer at Qualcomm. Again, I tried to look into this stuff. I couldn't see much, but I mean, if this is true, this was a positive. I was like, okay, if it's true where they worked at and everything, it's a pretty good sign. Qualcomm is a pretty big company, so um, but I end up looking at their tokenomics, and this is what's actually another red flag that I end up looking at. So white paper, I tend to I looked over their white paper. I didn't go too much into depth. But as I was looking at their tokenomics, this is another thing that I it just didn't match up with the circulating supply that I saw. Um, Obviously, the seed sales is they were going to do 9% distribution, private sales 15%, public sales 11.8. It said the seed and private rounds took place on 2018. So that's been, quite a long time ago, and their public sales took place in March. Now, this is where I find it difficult because I could be wrong, but I believe that these at least the seed sales, if not the private sales, should be included in the circulating supply. But let's say they're not. 11.8% does not match this right here. If it's at, let's say 12% to make it even, the circulating supply should at least be 1.2 billion tera. It's not. It's below that. So there's something going on here. Something's not adding up. So that was kind of a red flag that I saw with this coin. Um, like I said, this is just a heads up. If you've done your research and you still believe in this coin, then go for it. Obviously, you know, you're an adult man, just it's your money, but I would trend very lightly. I would wait on this coin and see if they actually, you know, show something on there because it's just a few red flags. And like I said, I didn't do much research on it, so I could be completely wrong. I looked at the technical analysis. So right now it's meeting resistance in the .025 cent range, which met up to these resistance levels back here. Like I said, it's not much to go by, man. It's a new coin. It's only been here like 6, at most 7 months. But it got rejected off of here. The Stoke RSI, and the RSI, the MACD, they've been trending pretty high. And MACD is the highest it's ever been. Um, and it's been going pretty high, man. It went up. Let me see if I could find here. So since it broke out here, it went up approximately 452% uh, in 17 days. That's massive, man. I mean, it's a low cap coin. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's a $19 billion market cap. It's a very, very low coin. So any little movement is gonna jump up, an insane amount. So 452% in the past 17 days. I could see if you just got into this coin, I could see why you were looking into it. This catches a lot of attention to new investors. Forgive me if you're not a new investor, but it does catch a lot of eyes on new investors, and people follow in, and they see this large percentage, they want to buy in, and then they end up getting wrecked. But it's been up a lot. The RSI, it's getting to its peak. If it does trend higher, the next level of resistance, I would say it's about that 3 cent range. Not only is it psychological level, it's tested that 3 cent range before as support, resistance, but that 3 cent range will probably be the next level. All depends on what, Bitcoin and Ethereum does the next couple of days. Um, just because we are looking at daily. I think I tried looking at the 4 hourly, but I couldn't find. Yeah, the 4 hourly. I mean, it's been hugging that 8 day or 8 moving average, the 80 MA. Um, but it's a extremely low cap coin, so it could dump really quick or it could move up really fast. It's very hard to do these. But if it was a regular coin, just because it has met resistance here, I feel like the next level of support, at least on the daily would be touching that 8 EMA. Touch that 8 EMA, probably bounce off a little bit. Um, if this does trend a little higher, if it keeps going higher like this, um, it might hug this 8 EMA, but we just have to wait and see. But so far, at least on the daily, I would say it's gonna touch that 8 EMA and either bounce off of that, or if it breaks through it, then the level of support would be this right here, which is a 0.015 cent range. Um, that's my take on this one. I'm sorry if you don't, if what I said didn't really, if you didn't really like what I said about the coin, but I like to give my everyone I talk about, like, I like to give all my, not only my viewers but all my friends and everyone that I talk about, if I feel like there's something sketchy about a coin, I'm gonna let them know. I want to keep you guys safe. All right, so the next coin, Cardia Chain. So Cardia Chain, I actually never heard of this coin, or I think I came across it one time. The name looks familiar, but I did a little bit of research on this one too. Um, this one looks a lot better than the first one, than Terra. Uh, rank is 316, so it's still a low cap coin. It's up 16% for the day, and the circulating supply a lot better. Almost 3 billion out of 5 billion. I would like to see a little higher than that, but 60%, is it 60? Yeah, 60%, circulating supply. I could live with that. Not bad. 3 billion out of 5 billion. Not too bad. I was actually looking here on the tokenomics. Uh, it doesn't look bad. I mean, it tells you right here, total token supply 5 billion, and it gives you the percentage on CoinMarketCap, which I like. I didn't really have to go too much into the white paper. I was already kind of tired reading looking into the previous coin, but it's not bad. I looked up on I went to their website actually, and they have a pretty good amount of partnerships. So they have, LG or Chain I think I saw Chainlink, I saw Neo, Mantra DAO, Ethereum Enterprise Alliance, which is pretty big, DAO Maker, Anchor, I mean, Theta, Ontology. I mean, it's a lot of pretty big names, in the crypto industry. So it's something that I really liked. Matic Band Protocol. I mean, they have pretty good amount of partners. Singapore Management University. But I really wanted to look into the LG one, so I looked up online, and it's actually an article about it. So never heard of this coin, but from what I've done research on, it's definitely a lot stronger than Terra. So Electronic Giant LG supporting new Vietnamese blockchain. I know they're only doing what is it? I think LG is only being like a node validator, but it's a start. You know, I just did some minor research. There might be a lot more here that meets the eye, but it's just a quick brief research that I did. I actually like this coin a lot better than Terra. So fundamental wise, I give it an okay from the little research that I've done. But let's go back to the technical analysis. So technical analysis right now, same thing. It seems like most coins are meeting resistance right now at a lot of at quite similar levels or price actions. It's a very strong resistance. It's been testing this for quite a bit of amount of time since back here, since what day is this? The 13th of March. So it's been quite a good amount of time. It's been testing this trend line. Like I said, it's meeting major resistance right here. Um, if this does break through, let's see, the RSI MACD is still pretty low, so this is the daily. daily MACD, RSI. So it still looks relatively good. There still might be some strength. So I wouldn't doubt if this breaks through and actually starts meeting this level of resistance up here, which is around the 0.067 range, cent range. So I wouldn't doubt if it breaks through that. If it breaks through that, which I'm sure it'll do it soon, that'll be the next price level to look at, in my opinion. The level of support, if it gets rejected off of it, just because the R size seems like it's getting a little high up there. It still has some room to go, like even the regular RSI, it still has some room to go. So I don't doubt it'll break out soon. Especially if Bitcoin and Ethereum will trend higher in the coming days. This will be perfectly fine. But the EMA would definitely be uh the level of support if it does break lower, but it should move up, in a couple days. No doubt in my mind. You know, Not financial advice. I hate that I have to say it every video, but um, it's just it's something that has to be said. Because there's some crazy people out there, that'll blame you for the loss of their money. But this one looks pretty relatively good as long as it once it breaks, you know, these two right here, s- it's it's gonna go trend a lot higher, and there's hardly any resistance levels on top of that. I mean, just a few that you see on here, but the price action on here is such a relatively small amount of time. It's also another coin that it hasn't been here for too long, so any little movement could do a lot. But let me see. This is actually uh, the 14th of March. I'm gonna go up to here, May. So about a month, March, April, 2 months, sorry. About 2 months price actions here. So it's not a lot of price action up here. So once it breaks this level, it's just I think it'll start retesting the all-time high or close to the all-time high. Now this coin right here, this next one that I'm gonna show you is probably the best one, man. This one looks extremely strong. Chili's, man, I was looking at this coin and I was like, maybe I should put some money in this. Like, this coin looks beautiful. Um, so I like the daily more because I was looking at the 4 hourly and then the weekly, I believe. But the 4 hourly to me looks a little bit messy. And then the weekly, was it the weekly? I think the weekly was kind of like confirming what I was thinking in the daily. Yeah, so okay. Let me go on the daily first. So the daily there's two W's forming, which I really like. Let me delete these and then just kind of show you so it doesn't look too messy. Um, there's two W's forming. So there's this smaller W right here. Anything that has a W usually means it's gonna trend a lot higher. That's usually what it means. It's meeting resistance, obviously, right now, to the previous price actions. It's it's hugging this trend line right here, and it's getting close to the end, so it's gonna break out soon. The latest, this is the daily, the latest it may break out is the 5th of November, so about a week or so. But they usually don't wait till the very end. It usually breaks out before. But this is gonna break out very, very soon. And I was thinking that maybe if it breaks out, the first level of so the resistance is gonna be right here at the 0.38 to the zero point 0.4 cent range. But when I saw this bigger W forming, it the bigger the bigger and longer the time frame, the stronger the price action. So if this smaller W breaks and it breaks over this resistance level and forms a bigger W, the bigger W would have to break this one. But it looks so beautiful, man. Like I don't even know how to put it. These W's are very, very beautiful to trade, and they tend to be very, very strong. I like that the MACD is just trending, you know, barely. It hasn't gone too high up, you know. I mean, look at this right here. It's if you see similar price action, you know, and even to something like this, like it still has a lot of potential to move a lot higher. So Chili's looks really beautiful. I might get myself into a position like this. I think if this coin really shoots up, man, like it might even break through these resistance levels quite easily, in my opinion, you know, and it might shoot up from between here. I was looking at the 50s, the 0.57 cent range to the 6 cent range, just because, like I said, the six cents, it, this is gonna be a psychological level of support. But man, I think it's gonna reach its all-time high relatively soon, man. It looks really beautiful. And if you actually go to the weekly time frame, which is not a lot of price action either, but that W is forming very, very nicely. And if it breaks through, you know, this right here is gonna, it's just gonna go to the moon. Like people say, even on the weekly, the MACD is under the Stochastic RSI is still relatively low. Like this coin looks, Chili's looks great. I might get myself into a position, you know, but this coin looks very beautiful. I'm gonna look at one other coin just because I went over that coin today, and that is, I think it was MTV if I'm not mistaken. Multivac. I actually don't have it here on the side, so let's look at it right here. MTV. Multivac. It was not Multivac. Was it Multivac? It was a daily. It was not Multivac. Was it Harmony then? No, it should have been Multivac. Let's see. Or was it Bepro? It was Bepro. The, let me look at. I remember my friend messaged me. Point one. No, I think it was multi. Yeah, it was Bepro. It was Bepro. Let me see. Dun, 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 dun. Bepro. Yeah, it was Bepro. Okay, so it tested this resistance line a lot faster than I expected. I actually thought this was gonna reach here, this resistance line, in a couple of days. But if you look at the previous video, I said it was gonna reach that 0.44 cent range, and it touched it beautifully, beautifully. Look at that. It just hit resistance there. This was only like 11 hours ago, 12 hours ago. So I thought that's where I was wrong. I thought it was actually gonna take about a day or two, but it touched that beautifully, beautifully. Um, Now that it did touch this resistance level, seeing the on the daily chart, the Stochastic RSI, I mean, it still has a small potential to go higher just because the MACD and the RSI is still relatively like mid-range. Um, but I really like the Stochastic RSI. I feel like it's a lot more accurate in my opinion. So it's met resistance here. It's been going down. So right now it's at the 0.014 cent range instead of the 0.0144 cent range. Man, these coins that have like very low cents, but this is gonna be some major resistance right here. We have to see what it does. If it can't break through it, that AEMA is definitely gonna be a price where it's gonna jump from. So sorry, I got blanked out a little bit, but if this goes higher, and this will probably just touch that and then break up, So it all depends on. Can I go back here? Oh, okay, that works perfectly fine. So it might bounce off that 8 EMA, and if it breaks through, obviously the next level of resistance would be this next one up here. I would say the point. I usually don't like the wicks, but I'm gonna draw both of them anyways, just because even though I don't like wicks, it's a good way to kind of see a range where it might test. So if it does break this anywhere between this right here, it's gonna hit. So I think this is a stronger one, the 0.0165 cent range. The 0.0178 cent range will probably be the tippity top, before it starts meeting resistance again. So I think this is the first resistance level. If it breaks through, uh, it I I love when coins touch, the resistance line that it breaks through, and I love it when it touches it at support. So if it does break through, which I believe is gonna do something more like it's gonna go down, touch the 8 EMA, which by tomorrow we'll find out what it does, and then bounce up, touch this, go down, and then go up. Or if it does go a little higher, probably do this, go down, and then move up higher. But Bepro, I really love that, it tested that resistance level that I was talking about today. So it looks really beautiful. Why do I keep doing this? Um, but let me know what you think, man. Like, let me look at the weekly. The weekly. Oh, whoa. I'm going. My mind is like all over the place right now. It's late, guys. Sorry. It's like late at night. It's almost 1 in the morning. I should be asleep by now. The weekly moved up. Yeah. See, it might still go higher. See that weekly? Yeah, anywhere between that. I think this is actually going to be the stronger resistance level compared to the one right here, but just a 0.01. It's gonna be like the 0.017, 0.018 cent range, or the 0.18, anywhere around here. Yeah, this is a stronger level of resistance, I believe, in my opinion. So, but we gotta wait and see what it does. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys. It's a nice W. Sorry, my mind's all over the place. This is late. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, support my channel. Just starting off the channel, so hopefully my content's pretty good. Hope you guys enjoy it. And for the guy who commented on my video on the first on the first coin, I apologize. This is, I just like to give precautions, on things that I see red flags on. But Chili's, man, out of the three coins, I really love Chili's the most. I think it looks very strong. So that's probably a coin that I would definitely jump in. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.